See, you're always told that things are like bad or you shouldn't do them for whatever reason. And a lot of the time the reasoning is fairly sound, but the most important thing is obviously moderation. Smoking actually, in my opinion, is not that bad. It's expensive. Can give you cancer. But if you live on the rhetoric that this could do this, then no one would leave their bed. Because you can die in your sleep. That doesn't stop people from sleeping. You can die doing anything. I mean, fuck it. If you're getting to the age where you're getting cancer, you're probably fairly, like, decently old. Does that mean dying of cancer is a good thing? Absolutely not. My mother died of cancer, and, you know, that wasn't a good thing, I don't think. But I still think that there are pros and cons to everything. And I feel like there are so many things you're told at a certain age that, oh, you shouldn't do this. This is bad because it could do something bad, you know? It's like I always hear with the argument for tattoos is it's permanent. No, it's not. One, if it is permanent, I'm probably going to want to get one that's permanent. That's kind of the point. If I didn't want a permanent one, I'd get a flipping sticker tattoo. Yeah. The other thing is smoking. You're always told as a child, smoking's so bad for you, it gives you cancer. What it fails to address is how, like, as much as I'm going to sound like a Linkin Park kid here, it takes the edge off, and it genuinely does. It does relax you a lot. And I think that's something that's always understated. And obviously, if you're not in a fucking stable financial situation, should you be smoking? Maybe not. But equally, maybe you should be. Maybe that helps you get through. Maybe not having, you know, a Lamborghini isn't important. If you can just sit back and enjoy a cig and a few pints and, you know, just mellow out, take the edge off a bit. Maybe that's all you need. Maybe it is. Maybe that tattoo on your arm that's so permanent that everyone's always like, oh, that's so bad. Maybe that's all you need. Because I'm kind of tired of this whole rhetoric that you'll just get told stuff for the sake of kind of being told it feels like sometimes. The same with drugs. Now listen, I'm not advocating doing drugs necessarily. I don't really care if you do or don't. As long as it's nothing that's actually going to, like, really damage your life or the people around you, it really shouldn't be that consequential. I mean, I know a few friends that I'm sure won't mind me mentioning that have had drug problems in the past and currently have drug problems, and they are horrible when they're on it sometimes. One of my best mates, Freya, I asked her before the video, she gave me permission to talk about this, was a heroin addict, and yeah, she was horrible when she was on that. I remember the one night she came home, we were on Xbox, it was like 2021 or something, and she was like, just shut up, and I was like, you're joking, right? And then I realised she weren't joking, because she went offline for like a year and a bit. When I say just shut off, she hadn't just, you know what I mean, you know? She came back and yeah, she went to like rehab and stuff, and it was really interesting. And by interesting, I mean terrifying for me, because she's one of my oldest friends online. But yeah, I wouldn't advocate doing hard drugs like heroin, and I equally wouldn't advertise really doing those drugs that are very addictive either. I mean, obviously heroin is one, but the more kind of like mellow ones that are normalized, like ketamine and cocaine. I've had a problem with ketamine in the past, and the withdrawals were not fun. The only reason I stopped getting addicted, to be fair, is, as stupid as it sounds, I just got a little bit bored of it, and I realized this is quite gimpish, actually. It's not very cool, and it's quite disgusting. But one of my closer friends has a massive coke problem. I'm not going to mention his name because he's not an online friend, and I don't quite frankly feel comfortable speaking about it name-wise, but he has a massive cocaine problem. But it helps him at work, but it also makes him a horrible person sometimes. And I feel like that's the reason people say not to do drugs, is the addiction problem and then the personality problems. But I feel like in moderation, this stuff isn't necessarily bad. See, after one bump, he's the best person ever to be around. And I think the thing is as well, people get lost in, as they say, chasing the dragon. That's obviously a metaphor for heroin, but chasing anything, chasing the serpent, crack, all this stuff is just a way to escape. And drinking, smoking, drugs, tattoos, exercise, all of this stuff, even exercise, too much of it is genuinely not good for you. And I think that's the important thing is you're never told as a person to just not do things. You're told not to do them at all. And I feel like that's a dangerous rhetoric because it makes people want to do them more because they feel like they're rebelling against the system that's oppressing them. You're not rebelling if you're doing heroin. You're not rebelling if you're an alcoholic. You're not cool. You know, it's pretty pathetic, in fact. But I feel like the way it's taught in so many schools and by so many parents and things is that it's like, don't do this. What it should be is, you can do this. Here are the side effects. Do it in moderation. And if you can't moderate it, then someone's going to have to step in and take you to rehab. Or someone's going to have to step in and make you go cold turkey. Or someone's going to have to step in and if you've got a good support network around you, good friends, they'll tell you to stop. It's the same as like, listen, I've got friends around me that if I'm doing stupid shit, they'll just be like, you're a fucking idiot. And I'll be like, yeah, I am. And I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'll think, yeah, that is pretty shit, isn't it? Really. You know, one of the main reasons I was like, stop doing ketamine as much and then actually ended up just, I haven't done it for 4 months clean, baby. It's because, one of my mates was just like, Vinny, big up. Alex as well, I think, was telling me, was just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, is it worth it this much a month for that? And then also on top of that, it's just like, it's not the expense so much. It's more, I think you realize after a certain amount of time that it's just not worth it. I think the greatest thing you can have in the world is discipline. So I'll leave you with these words. Get outside, firstly. I don't care if it's not a nice day, just get outside. Fresh air. Some water, go for a walk. If you've got a pet, give him a walk. If it's a walkable pet, if it's a goldfish, pick up the tank, go for a walk, I guess. Because there is so much more to life than abusive substances and abusive things. By all means, enjoy them. And as a great man said, you know, enjoy it by all means, but be fucking disciplined. And on that Neil Warnock quote, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Alright. See ya. What's that?